All right, guys. Very good morning, very good evening for all of you guys on the West Coast and East Coast. Can everyone hear me? And is the PDF visible to everyone? Yes, yes. Okay, good. I was just listening to all of you guys type, and it looks like there's a lot of you guys from all around the world. We've got around 58 people, 57, 58 people in the room, and looks like it's counting, it's going on. Um, Before we continue, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about yourself? How many of you guys have trouble actually trading Forex because it's the way you think, the way you pull the trigger, the way you exit your trades as it makes a big factor. It's not really your strategy. How many of you guys are encountering a problem like that? Okay. Okay, so there's a lot of you. Okay, so this is a very big concern in the markets. Many people think that it's if I'm doing something wrong, it's my strategy. Okay, I'm just gonna switch strategies, and you have to be careful. It's not really the strategy sometimes. It has to do with a lot with psychology. Okay, now I've discussed in some of my older webinars the cycle of trading. I'm going to see if I can make this a little bit interactive with you guys. This webinar is good for an hour, and once we get her over this a little bit psychology topic, maybe I can share with some techniques I share with my conference room members on how to pinpoint some. Basically, I'll show you some tips and tricks that you guys would probably have never seen before. But okay, so let's get into this. Let me get on to the next slide here, just a moment. Okay. Here's the typical cycle. Okay. This is how the average person starts. Don't worry about the image. It is cut off. Just I had to squeeze it in there somehow. Okay, those of you who have problem with sound, one moment here. Let me see if I can. You guys can try disconnecting and reconnecting, or is the sound okay now? I just turned off my VPN. Sometimes the VPN does create problems. Okay, yes, okay. Okay, so most of you guys are good. Okay. All right, so now moving on. Here's how the cycle works. Okay, now everyone starts Forex. Okay, everyone starts Forex because of one or two reasons. It's an exciting market. You hear from a friend, or you see a commercial, and you're like, okay, you see a lot of people flipping money, turning $100 into $200 or $10,000 into $50,000 in a matter of a short period of time. Okay, that's how everyone gets introduced to Forex. Okay, once that happens, the next level is pretty much you do get into Forex. You do quite well initially. Everyone does quite well initially. Okay. They have the thrill, they have the success. One of the main things they do in the beginning, which is why they have success, is they have absolutely no background on Forex. Okay? You look at the market like a kid. You look at the charts and you're like, oh, it looks like it's going down, so I'm gonna sell. Or, oh, it looks like it's going up, so I'm gonna buy. Okay? This is how the average person starts, and that is always good. And you guys get success. Now, once that happens, the next step is poor money management. Okay? Because every time you take a trade, you make profit, you go on, you make more profit. So what happens is the person gets greedy. Okay? And with greed, you get poor money management. Okay? There's two things that affect you. You guys all probably know this. Some of you who do not know this, there's two things that affect you in the market. It is fear and greed. These are the two main enemies of yours when trading. And when you make a profit, you think that you're doing well, you increase your lot size, or when you make a loss, you also double up thinking that I can recover my money now, and stuff like that. So poor money management ends up in losses. Okay? Once you're at your losses, that's when you start turning on the, you go out to the bookstore, you buy books, you attend all, every possible seminar, you come, visit every mentor, you do everything you can to educate yourself. Okay? Once you educate yourself, you get further losses. Okay? And then the panic starts. Okay, the reason why there's further losses is now that you have tons of information in your head, you don't know where to begin. Everyone on the internet or your books or your seminars or everything says something else. There is no solid ground you can stick to because the market's ever changing. Everyone has their own opinion on how to make money in this market. So what do? At the end of it all, you try everything to a point where then you stop looking for an answer and then you just play with it on your own. You end up back to the basics. You come back to price action. Okay, but this time you have the proper mindset. You're no longer looking to increase your lot size. You've already been burned by that. You're no longer looking to get revenge. You've learned to relax a little bit. And then after this happens, you get steady and stable performance, basically. Okay, you're not expecting $1 million overnight. You're happy with a nice, 10-20% gain. You're no longer looking to double your money every time, or you're not looking for an X amount. Now, let me ask you guys this. All of you guys in Forex now, what are you guys looking for in the Forex market? Like, what is the amount of money you guys are looking to make on a monthly basis? Okay, Tada says 25% a month. II says 10%. Buse Doang says 400%. 20. $1,000. Nelson says 3,000. Consistent money, no set amount, 10% a month, $1,000, 20. Okay, so we all have something that we're expecting. Okay, like Dominic says, consistent gains. Okay, that is the one word I want to tell you guys, that you guys need to lose the word consistent. Okay, here's what happens. All right, Forex is it's an investment. It's really an investment. It's not a job. You can't expect a paycheck coming in all the time. Okay, as an investment, there are good investments, there are bad investments. If you look for consistency, you will end up over trading and making further losses. Okay, a lot of people, I've heard many people say, I want to make $100 a day. Which means you continue trading until you get your $100. But do you really stop once you reach your $100? Maybe. What happens if the next day you don't make $100 and you make a loss? What do you do then? You try harder. And when you try harder, that means you probably increase your lot size or something, and you end up losing that as well. So it's this cycle of expectations. Okay, with not proper education in the back of your hands and going in with expectations, it's a little bit tough. Okay, 1 second here. Yes, it's recorded. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide here. Okay. Here's the common problems as we were discussing some of this. The average person looks for revenge from the market. Okay, the moment you make a loss or something, and usually the loss is a pretty decent size, that's when you look to get your money back. Okay? Second thing, you're looking for profit on a daily basis or maybe even on a monthly basis. Okay? That's a problem. That's not good. That's a problem. Okay? Don't worry. Right now we're just going to discuss all the problems first. And many of you guys can relate to some of this, some of you guys might not. But then we'll go through steps by steps on how to control all of this. You cannot overnight become an experienced trader of 30 years of experience and be like, okay, I'm a professional now. No, you need to learn how to control your mind to act like them. Okay, and we'll teach you some stuff like that. Now, the objective is a dollar amount. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, I've seen many of you guys in here saying a percentage. Many of you guys saying an amount like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. That's an amount you're looking for. Also, the objective as a dollar amount, that is an incorrect way to look at the market. I will discuss that more in details in a bit. Over leveraging after a bad trade, that is the biggest danger. Okay, how many of you guys have done that? I've done that many times in the past. How many of you guys are guilty of doing that? Okay, good, good, good. Okay. Now, another thing, when you open up an account, those of you who have not opened an account yet, I'm going to save you the trouble. When you open your account, do not go over 50-to-1 leverage. Okay, does everyone understand leverage here? What is leverage? I've discussed this in my conference room today about leverage, and it's a very important thing. What is leverage? Let me ask you guys, what is leverage? What's the thing? What have you heard about leverage in terms of? Okay, Penguin says it lets you control more money, more than your real money. Okay, good, good. Okay, and what have we heard about leverage on the internet or what you've read? What have you read about leverage? What is leverage? Like, we've got the definition down, but okay, Rick, that is what I was saying. Manish, yes. It's a double-edged sword. What does a double-edged sword mean? Okay? Again, Rick says good and bad. A double-edged sword means it could be in your favor or it could be against you. Now, here's what the problem with leverage is. Who is leverage in favor for? Okay. Leverage is only beneficial and in favor for those who know how to use it. We're talking about hedge fund managers, bankers, institutional traders. But as an individual who's investing, who has power of leverage, they cannot control it. It is only there to destroy them. It is not there to help you. You need to understand that. Okay? Because you are not able to control it. Imagine if you are my financial advisor, and I come out there to you and pretty much I give you $1 million and say control my money for me. What are my chances of my money being safe since you're my financial advisor? And let's say I gave you a loan for $1 million. Okay? There is a chance that my money will still be safe because you're a financial advisor. Now, if I give that same $1 million as a loan to a kid who's 18-year-old, he's just getting into college, and I'm like, here you go. That's money he cannot handle. And then suddenly he loses it all, and then he feels like he's in debt. He owes me, and you know, it's all this pressure for no reason. He doesn't know what to do. He's never heard of debt. You know? So leverage is bad for the average person who does not know how to use it, who doesn't have experience professionally. Okay, so remember that if you have to choose a leverage, you can still go to your broker today and say, I want my leverage to be 50-to-1. 50-to-1 is pushing it still, but it's good. Okay, next thing, investing funds that is more attached to your mind than your wallet. Okay, here's the thing. Now, we'll discuss this actually. Remind me to go over this. Investing funds that is more attached to your mind than wallet. We'll go over this in a little bit. Okay. Next thing, over analyzing the market. Okay, how long do you guys take to analyze the market? Okay, when you guys sit down to trade, okay, Linus says 1 minute, Sardar says 30 to 60 minutes, Ahmed says 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 seconds, depends. Okay, now my next question is, once you analyze the market, what then? Do you pull the trigger? Do you go with your analysis as you've done it, or do you end up managing your trade as it goes? Okay, depends. Some of them are saying I wait for the right setup, perfect entry, and managing it as it goes, more like waiting. Okay, so everybody's waiting for a setup, looking for a good entry. Okay, these are all the things you guys are all telling me, and yes, that is true. Looking for the right setup is the main concern when we do our analysis. Okay. We'll discuss more in details on each of these things. Now, next thing, once a trade goes bad, you start to see things in your favor. Okay, you see a potential. You're quick to pull the trigger, but you're not quick to pull the trigger to exit. Because once a trade's going negative, we're always like, looks like it's going to turn around from here. Looks like this is the place where it might start going in our direction. Looks like this is the right place. The hope begins. Yes, Nelson, that's correct. Okay, so how many of you guys had that? I've also, when I started out trading Forex, this was one of my biggest problems. I let my losses run too much. Okay, good. We're all guilty of this, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You should get it out of your system. And okay, Ronald, yes, very good point actually. Move my stops. Okay, as a trade goes against you, you do not hold your stop. You eventually move your stop to give the market a little bit more room, thinking that, okay, maybe it's too close. Okay, you doubt yourself. Phil says, yes, become religious and start praying. Yes. Yeah, every religion is found when we have losses. So, okay, Dave says holding a losing trade right now. Okay, once we're actually done with this webinar, maybe towards the end of the webinar, maybe we can extend it maybe 10-15 minutes and we can actually go over some live market stuff. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next slide here. Train your brain. Okay, now when I say train your brain, what are certain things that we need to do? Can you walk away after a trade? Okay, what does that mean? Can you walk away after a trade? If I, for example, if you do an analysis, you enter the trade and you put in your stops and your limits, do you actually sit there and watch the trade, or can you actually walk away? Okay, Linus says go to sleep. Ronald says watch. It's hard to walk away. Yes, Michelle, it's difficult. Watch, walk away for some time. No, me sit whole day. Okay, I cannot move the market. I like to watch. Okay, so we have mixed results on this. Some people sit, some people, walk away. Okay, and then that follows with, do you trust your analysis? Okay, once you do an analysis, what is it that you doubt? Does your doubt kick in the moment the trade goes negative? Okay, what happens to all that education that you've had, which is why you've made a certain analysis? Why not trust that education? Suddenly you don't trust your analysis, and then the moment the trade goes slightly against you, people start to fear that, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Okay, Jogan Rabati says walk away if your analysis is correct. Okay. All right, next thing, you need to understand why you're trading Forex. Okay, let me ask this question to you guys. How many of you guys are actually trading Forex for additional income? And how many of you guys are trading Forex to replace your current income? How many of you guys are doing it for retirement? And how many of you guys are trying to do it as a lifestyle because it's fun? Okay, yes, yes, no, no. Lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle. Okay, so what is it about this lifestyle that you guys like? Freedom. Okay. Many people of you guys said replace current income. Okay, so you guys, most of you guys obviously hate your jobs and really want to be self-sustained using Forex. Okay, okay, okay. Live in other countries, no boss. Okay, so we all have. I really hope my employees are not watching this because, but yeah. So now moving on forward. Now, understand how you're going to reach your goals. Okay, there's a little typo there, but understand how you're going to reach your goals. Now, is there an X amount that you're looking for, or is it just a cash flow per month you're looking for? You know, that I need $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month, or I just need $50,000 trading Forex in 1 year's time. You know, okay, Austin says percentage, okay, percentage per year, per month, that also makes a difference. Okay, that can really, how soon you expect your money can make a big impact on what you actually get. $2 million in 3 to 4 years, okay, okay. You know, like amounts like $2 to $3 million in a matter of a couple of years, it's really, really considered chimp change in the Forex markets. You can really earn substantial amounts of money in the Forex markets. Just need consistency, a little bit of practice. Okay, Dominic says covers life costs. Michelle, cash flow. Dave says 20% per month. Okay, okay. All right, now, next one. It says create realistic outcomes based on what you know. Okay, so we've gone through everything that you guys want, right? We've discussed your goals. We've discussed why you're in Forex. Okay, so now let's create some realistic outcomes based on what we know. What do we know about Forex? How many people are successful that you know in Forex that you meet on a day-to-day basis? Okay, none, 5%, me. You can hate it or love it. None, none, nobody. My IB, my introducing broker. Okay, so everybody knows the statistics. Everyone knows that the average person, or not even the average person, the majority actually loses. Okay, once you know the majority actually loses, why think just like the majority? Try and think different. Okay, we'll also get into all of that stuff in a bit, but I'm just trying to make you guys think that your view pretty much is the same as everyone's view. This is why I'm asking the question out loud, so you can see how many people are just like you guys. I was just like, in fact, I still am like just like you guys at many of the times, you know? So here's the thing. Now, next thing is create your own money management. Okay, how many guys have actually read money management books that says when you trade, never trade more than X amount of percentage per this and that and all of that stuff? Okay, so many of you guys, almost all of you guys probably. You guys have read books, read online articles, this and that. What does that mean? What is money management things that people have written? What does that mean? What are they trying to tell you? That if you do this, this, and this, you will stay safe. All right, capital protection to cover drawdown. Now, again, let's go back to the beginning on what we've discussed. Who writes these books? Ronald says nerds. Experts, majorities. Yes, Patrick, you're right. The people who actually write these books are actually professional people. Okay, people that know how to deal with everything in the market to begin with. Okay, what they write, the theories are always correct. Theories are always correct. But can it be applied to real life? Not for everybody. You need to understand that. Theories are always only good on books because they make sense. Okay, but is it practical? Okay, so create your own money management. Now, we'll discuss how to do that as well. Let's move on to the next slide. All right, here are some things you need to do. You guys can write this down. In fact, you don't need to write it down. I'll get you guys this PDF on this webinar towards the end. Here's the steps you want to do. Step number 1, trade on closed candles. Okay, never make a decision on a running candle. Okay, I don't care how many years you've been trading, trade on closed candles. Okay, many of you guys have trading systems, trading strategies. How do you guys test this? You guys look in the past. Once you guys look in the past, everything is on closed candles. It's a whole different ball game when you trade it live. When the candle moves, you cannot tell which way the market is going. Okay, you have to let the candle close. Okay. Step number 2, trade on 1 hour or higher time frames. Okay, I personally prefer the 1 hour time frames. I love the 1 hour time frames. Anything below that, you can get whipped out by the news. 1 hour is ideal. It gives you enough trade setups to trade at least a couple times a day, or maybe 4 to 5 times a week. Okay. Now, why do I say it's good to trade a couple times a day or 4 to 5 times a week? Okay. We've all heard this from other gurus and mentors, because I myself am a student. I'm not a guru or a mentor. I mean, we've all heard this. There's for people telling us that trade on highest time frames, for example, 4-hour charts, daily charts, right? When you're trading on higher time frames, you're waiting way too long on 4 hours or 4 hours or daily time frames. You're waiting way too long. You'll get 1 or 2 trade setups bi-weekly, something like that. Now, what happens if that 1 or 2 trades that you end up trading actually go into a loss? What happens to your confidence level? Okay, that messes with your confidence and your chance that you won't. What happens then also is that if you wait an entire week and there's not a single trade, the moment next week hits, you wait over the weekend and Monday comes along, you will start to see a trade that's not actually even there, but you'll assume it's a trade and you will take it because you want to trade. That's what you're looking at the charts for. Okay, it's that itch on your hand that you want to trade. So if there is an itch, do it. Trade the 1 hour charts. Look for proper setups. Nothing below that. Okay, 1 hour is ideal because 1 hour even helps me out, and I'm telling you, 1 hour is the best based on my experience. Now, 3. 3 is a little bit controversial, but I have different webinars explaining why, and I've proven it many times, including times of non-farm payroll. Avoid fundamental news completely. Turn off that television. Okay, turn off that TV. Forget the news. Forget the newspaper on financial news. What you see in the market on your charts is what's really happening. Okay, here's why. Let me tell you guys this thing. Now, let's say, let me see one of you guys in the room. Let's pick on somebody. Let's say Fabio is working for my company, and I have a $1 billion company, right? It's a very small company compared to what people are making these days. I have a $1 billion company, and Fabio is in charge of $500 million for trading. Okay, that should be enough to move the market 10 pips if Fabio trades $500 million in a single shot. So a news comes out saying that the US dollar is going to weaken. Now, do you think Fabio will go out there and put $500 million on the weak US dollar? Okay. Depends. Nope. Nope. Don't think so. Okay. Let me switch the switch it around a little bit. Let's say now Fabio is an individual trader. He's trading for himself. $100 in the account, and the news comes out. Can he trade that $100 in a split second? Yes. Yes. We're moving up to $1,000. Can he still trade $1,000 in a split second? Okay. Now Fabio has moved up to the next level. He now works for a bank. He's in charge of $50,000. Can he trade that in a split second? No. Here's why. When you reach a larger amount, yes, like Edmund said, there's accountability. There are procedures you need to follow. You need to get permission. You need to process paperwork. Paperwork cannot process in split seconds. Okay, that's why whenever news comes out and the market moves, it's purely herd mentality. So when you see the market skyrocket today, it's probably from a news that was released probably 2 or 3 days ago that's affecting the market overall right now. It's not immediate news release. Okay, you need to understand that concept. Okay, the only people who can have access to immediate information is only the governments, or when the central banks step in. Okay, and governments and central banks stepping in happens once in a blue moon. Okay, now next thing, number 4, relate each pair to another. Okay, how many of you guys have seen my webinars on correlation? Do you guys understand correlation, how correlation works? Okay, wow, that's really fast yeses. It looks like you guys all love correlation. That's good, that's good. Correlation is awesome. It's my secret weapon. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Correlation is the way to go in the market. And I've said this again and again in the past. If you look at one pair, you will lose. Okay, I can stand up to anybody out there in the market, and whoever says, I trade only this one pair and I'm doing phenomenal. Okay, stand next to me and show me a year's worth of statement. They won't be able to. If you trade one pair, you will lose. Okay? Jim, how about the spike on Euro Summit? It was on Sunday, market went up 100 pips in 20 minutes. I don't know. I didn't watch anything of it. I don't trade on Sundays. I come in on Mondays. Okay? Okay, now, because of correlation, step number 5 is keep a bird's eye view. Okay, never look at one pair by itself. If you see one pair, there's a formation to go long. How long will it go long? Okay, you can only know that if you see other pairs. What if the market's not actually going long on that one particular pair? How do you know that? Also, correlation. You have to keep a bird's eye view. Take a look at approximately 5 to 7 pairs to have an idea. Okay, if you guys want the 5 to 7 pairs that are the best, these are the pairs: Euro USD, Pound Dollar, Aussie Dollar, New Zealand Dollar, Euro Yen, and then US Dollar Swiss Franc, US Dollar CAD. The 5 pairs on top go in one direction. The 2 pairs on bottom go in the opposite direction of the 5 pairs. Okay? You guys can remind me on that also. I can go over screen sharing afterwards and show you guys how all that stuff works. Now, Going on. Phil says over 300 pips in under 1 hour on past Friday. Excellent, excellent. It looks like you're using correlation because 300 pips is not possible on a single pair. So that's good, very good. Now, let's see. Number 6, analyze a trade from beginning to the end. Okay, Phil, a question saying, how long have these pairs been correlated, Naveen? You can check it from a website called, it's a broker, Oanda. If you Google it, saying Oanda correlation chart or Oanda currency correlation, usually the first result will be directly to that page. It'll tell you how many pairs correlate with each other and for how long have they been correlating. The longer they correlate, it'll be, let me write it for you. It's Oanda currency correlation. I might have it on my screen. Just a second. Let me see if I can share my screen here for you guys. All right, are you guys able to see my screen? It should load any moment now. Yes. Okay. So, Oanda. Okay, if I Google it, it's the first one. If I open that, once you open it up, you just select heat map. This is the one I like. And then, for example, if I click on Euro USD, everything that's in red goes in the same direction as Euro USD. Everything that is blue goes opposite. Okay, now for example, gold and silver, they've been in the same direction this week. This hour, but have they been in the same direction for the last 1 day or 1 week? No, they've been opposite. So that means it's risky to follow the correlation. But when you compare Euro USD with Euro Yen, you know they've been in sync. They've been going together for the longest time, hand in hand, strongly. Swiss franc going exactly opposite for the longest time. So this is how you use that. Remember, red, same direction. Blue means opposite direction. You can select any pair you want and it gives you a correlation chart accordingly. Okay, now let's get back to the room because I can't see your chat messages. Okay, so was asking in terms of years for correlation of the 7 pairs. Well, you can go all the way back up to 1 year to find out which pairs correlate. Marvin Tay, which session is the best to trade? I personally trade London into going into the US, and Simon, actually not until New York close, probably until midday of New York, which means another 2 to 3 hours from now. That's it. You know, until right around slightly past lunchtime in the US. That should be a good time. After that, things start to slow down. Okay, now, number 6, analyze a trade from beginning to end. What does that mean? When you enter a trade, or before you enter a trade, you first analyze it. You do the complete analysis, like complete analysis as if, just imagine you're a signal service. You have to do the analysis on what you're going to trade, why you're going to trade it. Second thing, you have to tell us where you want to enter, where you would exit in a loss, and where you would exit in profit. If you have that, then you execute your trade. Then step number 7 comes in. You never execute because the current candle is running and you're like, oh my god, it's going up, so I'm going to buy. No. It doesn't matter. Stop rushing. There's a trade 24 hours a day. So don't rush. Just calm down. Just relax. Take it easy. Okay? There's always a trade in the market. Always. Practically every hour there's a trade. Now, step number 8. Don't reanalyze until next candle. If you take a trade now and you have everything in place with your analysis, don't change your mind. There's a reason why you've analyzed it in a certain way and it's going to go through. Just stick with it. If not, you hit the loss that you also expected, that I can take this hit. It's fine. So stick with it. And I cannot express that enough, and as you can see with my exclamation marks. You can't see my screen. Can everyone see my PDF on the screen? Yes? Let me just reload it one more time, sorry. Just in case, for some of you who cannot see it. Okay, now, any questions so far? Now, I'm going to leave the last 15 minutes for questions and maybe some tips and tricks that you might walk away with this webinar being like, that was awesome. Is there really a trade per hour, Austin? Yes, there's a trade per hour. I get bored because there's so many trades in the market. There's always a trade. Now, there are certain times where there's actually indecision in the market. You know, it's rare, but there is time where you cannot see a trade. Okay, so don't get me wrong. But during peak hours like London Open, London session, US session, yeah, there's always a trade. Okay, Patrick, do you always begin analysis with Euro USD before other pairs? Yes, I do, but that's because it's the first pair on my screen. It doesn't matter. I can choose any pair. Next thing, rule of thumb: those of you who do not have gold on your charts, put gold down. Gold will always give you a good leading analysis. Gold is a metal that can lead the market with it, because currency actually has no value. Okay, gold is a tangible good that's running out, so use gold for your analysis too. Okay, Ahmed says a live example on trade analysis, please. Okay, we do that, no problem. Let me just go through 2 more questions and we'll do a live example, yeah? Austin, what is a realistic amount of pips per day and a yearly percentage? Percentage will depend on how much, it depends person to person. Realistic amount of pips per day, anywhere between 100 and 300. Okay, as in the beginning, once you start, anywhere between 30 to 70 is good. As you get better, 100 to 300 is a bare minimum. Okay, and you can go definitely much higher than that. In correlation, how does one open and close simultaneously position so quickly? Rupali, we have actually a script. If you go to urbanforex.com and you search for a blog post by, that's the name of the person, Roy Dufek. Okay, he has a blog post that discusses yeah, he has a blog post that he has a script made for it where all the current correlation pairs you can enter all at once and exit all at once. Okay, what are the difference of Forex trading venues, trading indices? Well, trading with just Forex is just fine. Because I personally think Forex is safer than trading stocks and indices, because there is tendency to be a lot of fluctuation, because indices are a bunch of companies inside of it, and companies can go overnight bankrupt. Governments cannot. Okay. Shorter time frame charts provides better entry points, Naveen. Penguin, no, not really. It's if you go scalping for that additional 2 or 3 pips that you can get as a better entry, it's very dangerous. You'll end up losing more money. Just remember that. Don't be cheap with the market. If you think you have 5 pips extra left on the table that you could have taken, just leave it. It doesn't matter. Be happy with your 12 pips that you got and not the additional 5. Lisa, did you waive the $20 fee? Yeah. Those of you who are interns at Urban Forex, it's free now. It's I've had a very hard time keeping up with the internship program. I'm really sorry. I've just been very busy, but I will, as much as I can, whenever I can. I'm really sorry. I will try to help all those members out who are in the internship program with more training stuff. All right, now going back to the live analysis. Somebody said they want live analysis. Let's take a look. Okay, now, how many of you guys are? Oh, sorry. Let me turn on screen sharing. Okay, we might go slightly over the hour just so I can get this information out to you guys, so I can tell you how all this stuff works. Now, let's take a look here now. Can everyone still hear me and see my screen? Yes, yes, okay, okay. Now, this is how you analyze. First of all, you want to plot pivots on your screen, okay? Your pivot points, if you do not have pivot points, go to urbanforex.com, search for pivots as shown on webinar, and you will have video tutorials on how to install it, where to get it, and all that stuff. So I always look at 3 days worth of pivots, okay? Any mentor telling you to trade only for pivots that you plot on 1 day, you can tell them to go to hell. It's actually pivots from 3 days. It's very, very powerful. Okay, so now we had this pivot line right here. The market opened up. This is what we call an trend continuation pattern to go long. Okay, now these tails that you see on each candles tells a story. Okay, it tells you how much pressure there is in the market. Okay, the body closed north while there's so much tail on the bottom. What does that mean? That means the market opened up here, it came all the way down, but it couldn't close here. It pushed all the way up and closed up here. Just imagine somebody standing below this candle and just pushing it massively up. Okay? So, when you have situations like that, this is what we call a trend continuation pattern, which means since the market is long, we have patterns like this, the market will continue. Now, Euro USD gave us a trend continuation pattern of the last hour. What it currently is doing, I can care less. Don't worry about what it's currently doing. It's a moving candle. It doesn't mean anything. So whether it's red, green, blue, yellow, who cares? It's a moving candle. Leave it alone. Pound. Trend continuation pattern. Next candle opened up going short. Okay? Now, if I were to put my line on the third day of pivot line, okay? See a pivot line there. I put my line there. This was the exact point where the market returned from yesterday, okay? Even though there was no pivot points there, but it's the point where it returned from. Now, it's above that area, and now it's having a hard time to close below it. There's only 11 minutes to go before candle closes. It's struggling to close below it. There might be some support. Let's find out. Let's go on further. US dollar CAD, bouncing off of yesterday's support line. Okay, what does this mean? Will the candle close down below the current pivot line, which would indicate an exhaustion, which means the market will reverse. If it closes the way it is now, this is a trend continuation pattern, but what this line that we see on this tail we see on top, it means even though the market is going to continue long on the next candle, it does not have much pressure left because the steam is running out. There's so much people pushing it down. Just imagine it that way. People pushing the candle down. It's trying to go up, but it's pushing it down. Way too much pressure. US dollar Swiss franc trend continuation pattern last candle. Current candle just rising up. 10 minutes to go to find out what the current candle does. Aussie dollar. Now, what do we know on correlation so far? Okay. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, Euro USD, pound dollar, they all go together. All my pairs, they go together except US dollar CAD and US dollar Swiss franc. Aussie dollar has no indications of trend continuation patterns or anything. In fact, the current candle looks short. Okay, if it closes the way it is now, it's short. It continues short. Now, let's still wait. Let's take a look at New Zealand dollar. A false trend a false exhaustion. If this body was a little bit stronger, it would have gone north, but it did not. Markets continue to head short. What does that mean for Euro USD? Could it drag it down? Okay, since Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar did not correlate in the last hour, maybe. Okay, so there is a level of confusion in the market now. So if you were trading one pair, you would have been so confused, you would have taken a trade in the wrong direction. But now we have an idea what to look out for. So we stay careful on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. These pairs are going to tell us what the market wants to do. Euro yen, same thing, same exact thing as euro and pound. Okay, you can see the patterns, how it looks now on euro, and the pattern how it looks on pound. Exactly, pretty much the same thing. Okay. Now, finally, we look at gold. Okay, I call gold the mafia. Okay, what he does, what he says works. Okay, usually, unless the majority are against him, but usually the majorities are not against him. Now, here's how we do the analysis in our conference room at forexwatchers.com. Now, if this particular candle closes below our pivot line, we are headed short. Okay. Now, why do we say we're headed short? Because Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar give the same story. They're correlating. Okay, they're not saying anything against it, they're correlating. Now, next thing, let's predict the future. Let's predict the future. The market's currently here, right? What if it closes here? We already know that it's going to head short because the candle design is like that. It's a pattern to go short. The next candle, when it opens up, it first has to retrace to its nearest support resistance line, which is right here in this range. You see that line there? It first has to retrace to there, and then it will continue short. And once it continues short, where do you exit? You check your support levels from the past. Right here, you can see the market never closed below this. So once the candle goes in from here, that's where your entries would begin, in here, and you would exit towards this area. Now, 7 minutes to candle close. Do we have the same formation happening on Euro USD now? If Euro USD closes the way it is, it's short. Now, based on the last candle, everything looked long. But did the market actually go long? No, because Aussie dollar didn't say the same thing. So, every time in the market, you'll always have leading pairs and lagging pairs. Leading pairs, basically what they do is they make the other pairs follow it. Okay, you'll see a few pairs that lead, and then the other pairs finally adjust their designs and formation of their candles to catch up to it. They're just going to get a better price. That's why they're not going together right now. Lagging pairs is that one or two pairs that are lagging behind, they adjust and catch up with the rest of the market. In this scenario, only two pairs are lagging, Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar, but they don't show any indications to turn around and catch up with the rest to go north. They're looking short, which means the rest are going to catch up to go short. Euro USD looks like it's going to go short. Pound looks like it's going to go short. CAD should be long. Swiss franc looks like long. Aussie dollar continuing short. Is my voice breaking out? Let me disconnect and reconnect. Okay, fix everything. Okay, I've changed the bandwidth of the room. It should be, the quality will go down a little bit on the screen sharing, but it should be nicer now. Okay, now 4 minutes to candle close. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys anything. Why don't you guys tell me? Look at gold. What is gold doing? Okay, we see gold dropping, right? Is my screen sharing still on? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's still on. Okay, it's dropping. Is euro yen dropping like that? No. Possible lagging. Is New Zealand dollar dropping like that? Yes. It's following. Aussie dollar? Yes. Following. Swiss franc? Not yet. Possible lagging. Canadian dollar? Possibly lagging. Pound? Possibly lagging. Now, 3 minutes to candle close. Okay? Let's say the next candle opens up around now, wherever it is. It cannot hedge short immediately. Okay? Whenever there's a trend continuation pattern or a pattern like this, the market does not go immediately in the direction. It has to first retrace. Where is our nearest resistance? It's most likely this yellow line. And we can make it even sharper right around here. How do you know these lines are the places where they're going to retrace? Go back in time and check. Not only do we have this third day worth of pivot line, but you go back. When you go back, you will see the market bounce off of this level several times. You see it here? See how it pinpoints, bounces off of it almost? It will act as support and resistance many, many times. Again, here, here. It just holds the market in. It gives you an indication where that this level might be strong. Okay? Now, that is the retracement level we're looking at. Gold, retracement level is too high up, might not make it that far. Euro yen, still looking short. Euro USD, still looking short. And pound. So how long did it take to do the analysis technically? Okay, 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes to do the analysis. So you take all of your pairs, you have an idea where the markets are going. So it's not that hard to do an analysis. You need to trust your analysis, whatever you're doing. You need to take your time. You need to relax. You don't have to think, oh, there's 2 minutes remaining. I gotta find something. No, you don't have to find anything. If there's no trade, there's no trade. You know, if you're not certain, do not trade. That's one of the other things. When in doubt, stand aside. If you have 0.1% doubt, stand aside. If you do not have doubt, take a trade. You know where to exit, walk away. You're fine. Don't change anything else. Okay? Trust your analysis. Always, always, always. Okay, now let's take a look at how these things are forming now. Okay. It's starting to push north. Okay, how far north will it go? CAD, pushing short. Swiss franc, pushing. Remember, candle close. We gotta wait for candle close to find out for sure what's going on. Aussie dollar, pushing north. Still looks short for me. New Zealand dollar, still looking short also. Euro yen, okay, having a hard time. Finally, gold. Gold is very, very strongly short. So, only thing remaining is we wait and see Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar retrace a little bit, and then it should be a good time to take trades. Okay, you see it dropping right now. Doesn't mean anything. You wait. You wait. You do your part by waiting. Okay, this is your next level of support resistance area from here and all the way to here. This is also considered a support when you have a level that only the bodies have touched and tails have come across, but not a single body has come below this. That's also a support area. Okay, so you can draw this little blue zone here saying that this is the zone that the market, we're expecting it to retrace to. Aussie dollar, looks like it would have been a pip or two maybe. Okay, let's take a look at Euro USD, pound, take a look at CAD. CAD, based on correlation, should head north, but it must first retrace. It went this far, a pip away from the pivot line. So the retracement move could just have ended. Remember, bird's eye view always. Swiss franc getting ready for its long. Aussie dollar Okay, there goes New Zealand. Euro yen getting ready to drop. Gold will soon drop. And Euro USD is also. So does everyone understand how this analysis works and how the market moves hour by hour? There's always a trade. There's not a single day when there's not a trade. You know, there's not almost not a single within 3 hours or 4 hours. There's always one trade. Let me put it that way. I shouldn't say every hour, but I don't want to have you guys go home on steroids and be like, okay, I'm gonna sit awake all night and make $5,000. No, it doesn't work like that. But okay, which brokers show live gold charts? Download FX Pro. FX Pro is pretty good. I like FX Pro. If you guys are opening live accounts, please, please, please use me as your IB, and it always helps us out. I can always come back and get you guys more webinars and stuff like this. It helps with me paying my employees. Yes, if you guys are attending this webinar, I said it. I'm paying for your salaries from here. So, all right, Alvin, Naveen, do you mind share how to identify the leading pairs? There is no particular way to identify the leading pairs. You just see what pairs are doing opposite things as per correlation. They're all supposed to do the same thing, but sometimes they do opposite. And when some pairs do something opposite, you have to figure out, are they going to turn around and follow the rest, or are the rest going to turn around and follow those few pairs? That's how you know which is leading and which is lagging. Okay, Joginder Bhatti says, I got your links, thanks. Yeah, I do not have it with me right now, but just join urbanforex.com and just ask me. You'll always see me around over there. Can you get zero spread? I think it's tight spread. Yes, this is recorded. And any questions about FX Pro, you can just ask them. Their support is 24 hours a day. So let's take a look at the MT4. What do we have? Take a look. Euro USD dropped. Pound dropped. CAD risen. Bounced off of the support area. Risen going long. Swiss franc going long. Aussie dollar short. New Zealand dollar short. Euro yen short. And gold getting ready for a short. So could you have made money here based on this easy, quick analysis that we have done? Okay, so it's not that difficult. People just assume that Forex is very, very difficult, and it's not. It's quite easy, and I'll do my very best to train all of you guys as much as I can. Obviously, I have to give a lot of priority to my conference room members because you know they are one of the reasons why Urban Forex is alive. You know, just always remember that. You know, because they pretty much pay the big bucks and they keep Urban Forex alive because of that. Naveen, where are you based? I am in Hong Kong. Company's out in Hong Kong. I live like an hour away from Hong Kong. I live in Shenzhen, China. So, in fact, one day I should turn on a webinar, at a web conference, and show you guys my home office and everything one day. It's quite nice. Okay, FX Pro for US clients. Lisa, unfortunately not. If you're located in the States and you want to open an account somewhere, you can definitely get in touch with us. We can help you do the research on which company would be good. Even if we're not an IEB, that's okay. We'll help you out what to look for and you know, how to find out if a company is safe or not, stuff like that. Zen, do you still trade? Very randomly, very, very randomly. Every now and then if I see a trade I can't resist, I trade. What is your live trading room hours? If we have a conference room actually on forexwatchers.com. We actually opened that pretty much London session, and I trade every day with the members there. I'm sorry, I do analysis every day for approximately 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours over there. And that one is really, we keep it really interactive in that one. I make sure everyone does the predictions where it's like, what is going to happen? You tell me. And then we go over it wrong or right. So there's a lot of interaction, so there's a faster learning curve. EST, I think that's trading room hours is 3 a.m. EST all the way to 7, maybe 8 a.m. EST sometimes.
What's the website? It's forexwatchers. Oh yeah, in fact, talking about the website, yeah, it's forexwatchers.com. But let me get you guys the PDF. You guys need the PDF for this webinar, right? Let me get that for you guys. Files. Is there a MetaTrader 5 now? Yes, there is a MetaTrader 5. I just haven't used it myself. Okay. Do you guys see the file now? The webinar August 13th PDF? Okay. Rod saying, so have you backed off trading now and lived the good life? Well, I've always lived a good life, but I have to tell you, I struggled so much in the beginning when I started off trading forex. I probably more, I wouldn't say more than any of you guys. I don't know if you guys have struggled a lot, but when I first started out trading, I've done extremes and everything. I've done extreme scalping. I've done every EA possible, and I really had it tough when I first started off. Then when I started working for a bank and everything, my mind settled down. I relaxed a little bit, and so now it's like I looked online. I spent so much money on training and books, and I didn't learn anything. It's just people just repeat the past. They just open up the past and they show you charts in the past. Nobody actually can sit down with you on a live market and be like, this is what needs to be done. And they always tell me what to do, but nobody can actually predict and tell me this is what's going to happen. If somebody can do that for you, you know that they know the market. Okay. Do you have webinars on scalping? No, I do not have webinars on scalping. But Dimitri, actually, we have a 10 pip scalping strategy on urbanforex.com that might be of interest to you. Phil, more analysis webinars would be great. I can do one analysis per webinar that I do on random topics, but I only do the analysis in the conference room. So it is 11:09 now. We've gone up pretty much 10 minutes past the hour. I hope all of you guys had a good time and learned quite a bit. And I really hope next time I see you guys can tell me that yes, the psychology did help and I did make progress. That would really make me happy. And I hope you know it was good learning and even the analysis and stuff like that. So um, uh, regarding the advanced on pro trading strategy, we will do it time to time. I just don't have a schedule yet, Sardar. Natalie, good to see you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, rest of you guys as well. Naveen, is USDX index good to monitor? No, I do not watch any index at all. I can tell what the US dollar is going to do based on my correlated pairs that I see. Rod says, thanks from Singapore. You're welcome. Have a very good night, Asim. Marvin, thanks, Naveen. You're very welcome. I'm glad I can be of help. Cheers, Dominic. Yeah, Lisa, hope to meet you soon too. You're very welcome. Naveen, the pivots on 1 hour, you can see on the 1 hour chart on 4 hours. Daily, you cannot see them. Yeah, they're made for every day, so it's really easy to see only on the 1 hour charts. Above that, it becomes a mess. Okay. Ahmed says, hope to see you in Dubai, Naveen. Ahmed, I've done several physical seminars in Dubai. I will come back in Dubai very soon to do another seminar over there. I've taught maybe what, I would say 3.5 almost, royal families over there on this particular same technique I just showed you guys analysis on. And if I do come out there, I'll make out a mass message and hopefully we can catch up. Kenneth, um, thank you. Been godsend. Thank you. Thank you. If the Olympics had training competitions, you'd win a gold medal. Thank you. Thank you. Will the video will be on the web? Yes, within 6 hours, the moment I end this webinar, I have my staff ready on standby. They will put this up on YouTube. So it's going to be on YouTube/Urban Forex. Within 6 hours, not now. Malaysia, by any chance? Maybe to visit. And if I'm there and I got some time, whatever you want to, learn, I'm happy to, share with anything, whatever you guys need. Wahid Naveen, would you explain Fibonacci and trendline in your next webinars? Okay, sure. Maybe I make a webinar on each topic separately. Singapore, Shanghai maybe. Singapore, I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a while before I hit Singapore. North America, yes, I will be coming to North America. I'm actually from DC. I come to the States often. My parents live in Indiana, so I go between DC and Indiana. Natalie, Europe, yes, Europe is on the list. Hanoi, I'm not sure where Hanoi is. I'm so sorry. Vietnam, maybe to visit, definitely, maybe to visit. Phil, yes, fishing is awesome. I would love to go fishing. Fishing is awesome. That sounds good. Sardar, New York, yes. New York is also a place I always hit whenever I go to the States, so I will be in New York as well. Wahid, Russia. How was Nasik? Nasik was great. I have some extended family members there. Met them. It was quite nice. Wahid, Russia, maybe Moscow. Have to try it out. We're getting a lot of requests from Russia, so we'll see. Why did you move to Hong Kong, Naveen? I moved to Hong Kong, because I registered my company out here. Because it was a lot more easier to do financial analysis, getting a company registered, getting it going. It was too much headache to do all that stuff in the States. Sardar, any seminars or just personal in New York? Just personal visits in New York. I've never done a seminar in New York. Dominic, yes, you're correct. There's always an easy way, and that's why you should never stop looking. For whatever it is, there's always an easy way. So, Lisa, Hong Kong is a good place to make a living. Yes, it has the most billionaires per capita in the world. So Hong Kong is an environment of hustle and bustle that makes everyone get that live feeling that, okay, we got to do it. So it's quite nice. Rupali, do you come to India, Naveen? Yes, I've done seminars in Bangalore. I visit Ahmedabad time to time. Nasik, I visit because of relatives. Um, and Bombay, if I come to Bombay, I don't know if you guys know Bombay, then I also come to Bombay a couple of times and to the Bandra side, and I've done seminars over there. How can we know where you are for seminar? You can go to naveenprithyani.com, and I usually update things over there. Rupali, nope, never been to Delhi for a webinar, unfortunately. In fact, we have a lot of clients there that actually want us to do webinars there, but never had a chance. Sorry. I will try it, though, in the future, maybe. But no need to worry about webinars. You guys can always have me on, I mean, seminars. You guys can always have me here on the webinars, and every now and then I do it. Rich, what's your website? It's Naveen. Let me write it down for you. naveenprithyani.com. Okay. And if you're on our mailing list or a part of urbanforex.com, whenever I'm traveling, I send out a personal email telling you that I'm going here, I'm going there. And every now and then I meet some of our clients, catch up for some beers or for dinner or something. So, hey, nice suit. No, that's not a picture of me. Thank you, thank you. Supercars in Hong Kong, yes, there's quite a bit, but not like Dubai, I will tell you that for sure. Okay, whenever you come to the Caribbean islands, like in Guadalupe, let me know for sure, for sure. What supercar do you have, Naveen? Dominic, I have my two legs. They are awesome. Yeah, super legs. No, I live in the center of the city here in Shenzhen. Like I'm pretty much in downtown, in a really nice apartment and office area. But wherever I go, I just take a taxi. Kenneth, is cost of living cheap in Hong Kong? No, it's like New York City prices pretty much. I don't think it's quite cheap. I find it expensive. Lisa says, curious why you're spending your time doing this. Um, I get instant gratification when I help people. So, and when I started off, nobody helped me, and I ended up spending so much nonsense money on useless stuff, and I guess it's okay. You speak Chinese, Naveen? Cantonese? No, I'm practicing Mandarin right now. Maybe Cantonese soon. Ronald, Naveen, is guaranteed profit zone really 100%? Then I'll wait. Yes, yes, it is really 100%. It's always there. In fact, in our conference rooms, we always discuss the 100% methods, where you should always grab the 100%. Whatever after that, we can see later. Zen, yeah, we're pretty much running 9 to 10 years now. Tommy Pips, yeah, look over some of our older webinars. You'll see the guaranteed pip zone. You'll be amazed. The Forex Watcher subscription, how do they work? In fact, if you're watching this, do not subscribe to Forex Watchers right now. We're having a promotion coming up, I think in a week's time, and the promotion will pretty much get you 50% discount. And the prices right now are pretty steep, and why waste money? We have a promotion coming in next week, so once the promotion comes in, just lock in the special rates. Okay, any other questions? It is pretty much 11:20 on my end, PM. Um, Sure Souls, any tips on how to battle the fear when entering the trade? Uh, yes, when you're in a trade, the fear is only there because you're not trusting your analysis. Here's what you do. See, you always have problem trusting your analysis when the number of trades you take, you don't have the majority of them in profit. Okay? Now, sure, so what I mean by that is, for example, if you take 20 trades and 12 are in profit, and you have a good, winning to losing ratio and everything, overall you're in profit, but your confidence level will not help you out at 12 profit out of 20. But if you have maybe 15 or 18 out of 20, you will believe in what you're doing. That's why it's important to study a price action technique and practice it to a certain way that every time you trade, you should be in a profit to a point where you are confident enough that you know what's going to happen, you know where to stop, you know where to exit, all of that stuff. That's when you'll completely remove the fear factor. It takes time, but it's okay. Fall a couple of times, make mistakes. That's the best way to do it. Okay, Rich, where on your website is the pivot point located? Just when you go to urbanforex.com, you can just on the top right, there's a search area. Just type in pivot points as seen on webinar. Austin Ma, what is your educational background? I've studied international business. I studied entrepreneurship. I had a minor in IT, so I've done a little bit of everything, if you want to call it that way. But a bachelor's for international business. Okay. How long took to learn trading pivots, Donnie? Not very long. You can learn it in 5 minutes. Just watch one of my older webinars, Pro Trading Strategy, on YouTube. Yeah, you'll learn it in 5-10 minutes. Sardar, will appreciate your feedback on internship analysis. Yes, don't worry. I will. I don't want to say don't worry because I've been saying that to you. I really, as soon as I get some time, I will do as much as I can. Okay, thanks. Have a good shot of whiskey before entering trades. Kills the fear. Yeah, that should be good. Naveen, plan a conference in Hong Kong so we can visit. Sure, sure. Okay, okay. Marvin, should a beginner start with a demo account or straight to live? Go straight to live. Put in $100, trade micro lots. Okay, there is a difference when you trade micro lots, then mini lots, then standard lots. It doesn't matter how good you're doing. It affects you psychologically because it's a different number. You're not used to these numbers. Those of you who are in the room, listen to this. Now, one thing I want to teach you guys is simply a method which I call the daily method. Okay, what I mean by the daily method, now, all of you guys, everyone is different, right? And everyone has this weird money management thing that they've read about 2%, 1% per trade. No, no, all of that is bullshit. It's nonsense. It's made only for the professionals. As a individual, what you want to do is think, how much money do you spend in a day? That is your risk. What are you comfortable with? For example, if you go out on a daily basis with your friends or you go out and eat and you spend $50 or $75, your capacity is $75 because if your $75 goes down the drain, you don't feel too bad. But if you're spending $75 in a day and then you lose $300 in a single trade, even if that means 3 pips, that still will affect you majorly. When you start off with how much you're used to on a daily basis. Does that make sense? That is your money management. As you get used to it, and as you start making some money, and as your lifestyle becomes more lavish and you get to spend everywhere, then your daily thing increases a little bit. It won't bother you. Okay. All right, guys. So now it's 11:23 on my end, and can you get a massive net worth from Forex? Okay, just think of it this way. There's 50 people in the conference room, Austin. If I ask, don't be afraid. How much money have all of you guys lost in the Forex market? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've lost over 35,000 in the first 2 years when I started. Okay, 100,000, 2,600, thousands, 300, 3,000, 6,000, 5,000, 15. Okay, calculate all this money. Put it all together. Who's taking this money? Nope, brokers are not taking it so much, but yes, brokers do have a big hand in all this. Pro traders, yes, pro traders and banks are taking this kind of money. Now, like we all know the statistics, 95% lose, 5% win. In fact, the numbers are getting even stronger. 96, 97% start losing, 3% start winning. Imagine the amount of wealth. If people are losing this much, there's only a handful of people winning. Not a handful, there's still a lot of people winning out there, but imagine the amount of wealth that's being distributed of the 95% among those 5%. That's how much wealth there is to be made in the Forex market. And we've discussed this in one of our conference rooms before, is where we've made an X amount of pips, and then I showed them that, okay, if we take it to the next level, more advanced, and we do reverse psychology and all this stuff, that same analysis we can pull out 500 pips from, 300 to 500 pips, and a single analysis, and a single analysis comes every hour. So there's a lot that can be done in the market. There's a lot more money out there. And like one of you guys said, a couple $1 million in 3 years, that is chimp change. Trust me, it's nothing. Drug dealers are making the money. Yes. Rod, I will maybe one of those webinars, I will sit down and show you guys based on a live analysis on how much pips there is to be made. And the particular, let me see if I can share my screen. Okay. All right. Now, Now this particular gold trade, okay, gold is getting ready to go short right now. Yeah, can everyone see my screen? I'm sorry, I forgot to check. Yes, yes. Okay, good, good. Okay, now let's go back to here. Now, oops, sorry. There we go. Now, this particular Euro USD trade, we had predicted it to go short, right? And as I've told you guys, when you have tails like this, you imagine somebody pushing it, okay? When you have that pressure, you already know that when the next candle opens up, there's only so much, if it goes short, there's only so much it can go. There's so much pressure. It's running out of steam. Not just one time, but there's 2 candles, 3 candles. Look at how big the tails keep getting. But we knew for a fact the market's going to go down. So we know that it's going to go down, but not too far. Okay, not too far. And it went down only a little bit till this area. How much money was there to be made here? Approximately, it says 12. When you do correlation and everything, let's say you get 50 pips. You know, let's give it the lowest end number, 50 pips. Now what? As an advanced trader, you know where to enter for a long again. Okay? I do not recommend doing that. Please do not kill me for this. But in fact, my conference room members will kill me for this. There's a point where you can go long again, because why did this market bounce from here? This is the same area where we have, take a look, when you limit it down to the bodies, and not a single body went above this level is strong. Okay? This level has not been broken. So it went short. Now this same level, if you measure it on the other pairs, it'll do the same thing. Take a look. Tail here. Not as big as pound, so this went a little bit further. But look, it's having a struggling time to go down. It wants to get ready to head north. Will it head north? Probably just for a little bit, because gold is temporarily heading north. And then we know gold is going to turn back around because it's just coming here for a retracement. It might bounce back down. Once you have that confirmation, you have another trade. You know, do you see how you can predict the markets, and there's trade by trade by trade. You can start suddenly, you go from analyzing the market for current market situations to what's going to happen in the next hour to what can happen in the next 2 hours. You start predicting the market. Okay, and as you get better with support and resistance and a bird's eye view, things unfold so quickly, you'll get tired. There's so many options, there's so much trades you can take. Does it make sense? I mean, is it confusing? Or, I mean, I can't show you a trade right now. It will take an hour for me to do that. But I have shown you guys many trades, in fact, in some of my older webinars where I've called trades out live, and, you know. Ronald, so you can, so one can live from Forex for sure. Yes, yes, yes. One definitely can live from Forex. Um, Jeannie, yes, yes. It looks hard, but it's not. It's not. And the last analysis, like I said, if like the way I believe it in, you see, there's a lot of good analysts out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm always bashing all these analysts. I'm just mean like that. But there's a lot of really good analysts out there. Only problem is when I was training under all these good analysts, they use such hard terminology, and the way they explain stuff, I feel like I need a PhD just to understand them. You know? So my whole point was I took everything I learned from all these people and I just simple it down and make sure that everyone understands the language I speak, because I try to speak the language everyone else speaks. This is why it makes a little bit more sense when I do it, and that's the main point, right? As long as you understand it. But every analyst is actually good. All of them are really good. A lot of them on fxstreet.com, there are really good analysts out there. I've seen some of their works, but it's a little bit of jargon and messed up charts, but they're actually good. They come to the same conclusion, which is good. So, Nelson, do you write books? No, I have not published a book yet. I am writing one, but not yet published. I've been so busy with Urban Forex and Forex Watchers. Marvin, does that mean that your strategy allows us to trade at any given time or candle? Yes, it does. Marvin, second thing, not my strategy. Okay, the pro trading strategy is a name I've given it. I've just handpicked the best things I like. I put it together and I called it the pro trading strategy. Okay, it's not a copyright, not anything. Those of you who are doing really well with that, go out, open a signal service, open a managed funds account. That's fine. You guys all have my consent and permission. It's no problem for me. Okay. Ahmed, it's sometimes difficult to turn good analysis into real money. Yes, yes, that's right also. It is difficult. There is a different level of pressure when it comes to analysis and when it comes to trading. So you have to be careful. You have to learn both of those. Natalie, yes, conference, yes, Natalie is a member of our conference room, and even though she cannot be there most of the time, she always emails us, tells us, I need a conference room link so I can see the recording, which is good. She's on top of it, you know. It's good. It's good. She's grown quite a bit in the past several months. Austin, can you use Bollinger Bands in Forex? Yes, you can. But all indicators do is they follow price. You know what are you going to do with the following price indicators? Rod, where can I find info on pro trading strategy? Just type pro trading strategy urban forex on YouTube. You'll find it. There is the original video, there is recaps, and recaps, each of them are like 2 hours or 1 hour long. There's like 5 hours worth of information. What do you discuss in the conference room? Nothing from the past, everything live. Whatever's going on is what we discuss. I mean, we basically try to predict what's going to happen. All right, guys. It is now 11:33 p.m. on my end. I need to go grab some dinner. I'm really, really hungry, and then I am going to get some rest. What's the fee monthly? They are increasing the prices, but like I said, don't worry about anything. Next week they will have special promotions where it's going to be 50% off of whatever the price it is, which is still lower than what you currently see. So save some money, save some time. Just wait a week's time, and you'll have access to a good rate, and you can lock it in. Can we get email for specials? Yes, you can. You can actually go into what's this called, urbanforex.com, and just be a member there. I'll send out a mass message to everybody once it's ready. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, I already am. Okay. Yes, definitely. I will let everyone know. But thanks for asking. All right, guys. Have a very, very good night. I will speak to you all soon. I hope to see you guys on the next webinar. Okay. Sardar, yes, I will do my best to give some more time to the internship. Thank you. Thank you. Have a very good night, guys.